Hello and welcome back to Thalric Plays Blood Bowl 2, today with another episode of a community match. I am going to play a match with my good buddy Shadewarp slash kNight, who is a YouTuber as well. You might know him from our More Time match that we did, back when I still had trouble recording our audio, so at least Skype audio, so hopefully that won't repeat itself today. And he recently got back into Blood Bowl with the release of the Norse team because they are his favorite team as far as I know. But he is a bit rusty, so he specifically asked me to give him some tips and pointers. And so today's match is probably going to be focused a little bit more on the educational part. I don't exactly know what team I'm going to play yet, but we'll decide that in just a moment, so see you in a bit. So I've unpaused now.
Yep.
Okay, so say hello to Shadewarp.
Hello to Shadewarp.
Ah.
Or kNight. I wish I could change my name in all the different places where I call myself Shadewarp.
It always trips me up. I never know how to address you. At least when I'm writing about you or talking about you, it's always Shadewarp / kNight.
kNight is becoming my preferred.
Shadewarp first, but I'm never sure.
But kNight is definitely becoming my preferred choice.
Okay.
Of name, because it's what people recognize now. So
sense.
This is my alias. I can go by AKA Shadewarp.
Okay. So I already did a small intro where I said that you got back into the game recently, and you specifically asked me to give you some tips and pointers if possible.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so
And this is a friendly match because we unfortunately in Blood Bowl 1 you could actually choose to challenge people.
At least in some leagues.
In some leagues, in the main league you could, and that was really cool because then you could actually try and find an opponent that was more equal to you, or fight your friends in the same league. I think maybe they removed it due to some exploiting. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. So I think there were 2 or 3 leagues, and at least in the one I played the most, which was the Nagaroth Open, you only had matchmaking. But I think it was Albion or something was, where you had the challenge system, and there, in theory, you could feed a team.
You could.
And get them up. So your Norse are with 1 journeyman at 1200.
Yes.
And we want to keep things as even as possible today. I do have
just to make it fair,
an old Skaven team, but I think I'm going to go with the Wood Elves.
Oh, right.
For several reasons. For one, I'm pretty fast, so we'll have to challenge you a little bit on defense. So defending the ball and preventing me from getting it.
Good idea.
Yeah, but I'm also fairly squishy. But I do have 2 nasty war dancers that
very nasty ones.
Could be a problem.
Oh yeah. All right. I think you need to. You're the host. Yeah.
Okay. Let's give you the home field advantage. Let's go to the rock.
What does it do?
Basically nothing. We could, or if we want, we can go for a level 4 arena.
No.
Basically, just for the looks of it.
Oh, okay.
Because they look much more impressive.
If it doesn't have any upgrades, because the upgrades they're weird.
Yep, there are 1 or 2 I could live with, but you basically get a choice of every upgrade or just without, but still level 4 for it to look good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's fine.
So let's go with the one you picked, I think, which is the rock. The dwarf one, basically.
Yes.
And we'll...
No, it's the Norse. It's the rock.
And I hope he did take that. I put the turn timer to 4 minutes so that we actually have time to talk about stuff.
Cool.
Because with 2 minutes, that could be a little bit close from time to time.
Oh, sorry. It was 2 journeymen, of course. I needed to...
Okay, so I will get 1 babe.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Next.
Okay. Oh, no. I have journeyman myself. I keep forgetting. I have one myself.
Hey, that's good. That's good. It's equal. by
So
like 20.
I'm familiar with her team, but everybody that isn't, let me just show you real quick. He's got Xercules with a Berserker with Mighty Blow. For whatever reason, wrote him his Yeti has Agility 2 and also Mighty Blow. Then we've got Dodge on an Ulfwurner, and that appears to be it. Also 3 rerolls and an Apothecary.
Yes.
So the right amount.
That no more. no more than 3.
And thanks to my journeyman, I of course don't get a Babe, because they're 70k, the linemen for Wood Elves. A little bit more pricey.
Oh yeah, 20k more expensive than mine. Low down rats. These funny stories they bring with the loading screen, you barely can make it to read it all. I mean, it's like,
I didn't even notice them so far. I usually ignore the loading screen completely.
Wow. So this is a level 4 stadium.
Yes, so it's really big. Finally.
Huge.
One of the big criticisms with Blood Bowl,
Yes.
Chaos Edition, Legendary Edition, whatever edition you used, the original one.
Yeah.
They were puny, tiny little stadiums.
It was annoying. It was basically the first, like, on the tabletop game, it was just that plate.
Yeah.
It's a bit annoying. I really do love the look of the Yeti.
Yes, that is
freaking awesome. And the runner, Eric the Red.
Oh, I get to choose. So let me receive.
Okay. All right. A defensive formation. Now, I would go and spread them out like this, but you told me to more sync them up like this.
Well, it depends on the opponent. I think against Elves, it's okay to do it like this. But if you spread yourselves out, it's easier to get assists against the guys on the sidelines. Or the one in the middle. Not in this case, because your Yeti would be in the middle, and I don't have a big guy myself to counter that.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so that's basically it. And also, if you had guard on the Yeti, you would like to have the other guys next to him, so that his guard can actually do something.
Exactly. Well, the agility was more of a passionate moment, I think.
I've seen the match. I know why you took it, but it's still hard. I might have been screaming a little bit about it.
Well, that's okay.
So aside from that, you set up pretty well. You close the sidelines, which is important against me because I'm fast.
Also with the strength 4 guys, I thought, well,
so sure-footed and frenzied, and the people's fist. So the guys in the back, maybe you should have put them diagonal to the Ragnarok and Xercules, just to make sure that if I blitz them, I can just run through, because now there would be a 3-field space behind that, and I can just run through when I blitz them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have still have to dodge or take down your line of scrimmage.
True.
Okay, so for everybody that watches this on your end, who's unfamiliar with my team, I run and play in a small league. We just finished our first season, basically, and this is the team I play there. They're just Wood Elves. I did get some fun level ups on my War Dancers. They both rolled doubles and have Mighty Blow now.
Which is very good.
Yep, it's really good.
Very, very good. It's gonna hurt.
They won't live very long, I assume, because they will be fouled, and they will be fouled a lot and mercilessly. But that's their cross to bear.
I'm actually a very, very fair player in that department. I don't like fouling. I don't know why, but it just... I don't like doing it. It's not fun.
I avoided fouling with a passion as well for a very long time, but I found its uses. by now.
True.
It's part of the game, and I think there are situations where you really want to start fouling because things get frustrating. But I'm still not. It's not not fouling because your opponent does it or stuff like that, because it's useful. I think at least in recording, you should kick.
If I always when I put the ball, it's gonna end off bounds, even if I try to put it like in the middle. Perfect defense. All right, so I can set up again.
Yes,
which
and
is
you can
fairly
adjust
good.
to mine, which is pretty good.
So
the kickoff, you usually want to go 7 spaces in, so basically exactly the middle.
Yeah.
And keep it there. It can still go. It can still produce a touchback, but it's highly unlikely. It's just a bit. It's possible.
See, now I would actually pull this guy away. But that will leave an opening when you. If I put him here, that will leave an opening if you take him out with that guy.
Yep.
And that's why I think if I put him there, you'll need to blitz him at least.
What you could do is, I don't know. It comes down to prioritizing, because you could switch him with the Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
That would make it harder for me to blitz
This
this corner and run through the middle.
So maybe put him there, or
for example.
Yeah.
I can't get an assist against G.I. Jofer that way because he's blocking that, and I don't have guard. So I think that might be the best. And you did correct your guys in the back.
Bottom part, yeah.
So that should make it a lot harder for me to get through. I still have leap on the war dancers, but at
we'll
least
see.
From a normal perspective, it gets harder.
That's about the best kick I've ever done.
That is pretty good.
Without kick. One of the first things I'm gonna get on one of my linemen is kick. That's for certain.
Makes sense. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to start with stuff you usually shouldn't do, but because of the perfect defense, now I kind of have to, at least if I want to create somewhat of an opening. And that is block with the loner first.
Oh, really?
Not good enough.
A push.
But it's fine.
Push, walking Harry. And then you can get the assist over there. But at least now... Ooh.
So that's my typical start to this kind of thing.
But that's what I really liked about the Norse, that they start with block but still have the movement, where the dwarves lack in movement, and I've never managed to play them proper.
Yeah, I never really got into dwarves that much. Bash teams in general. I usually avoid. The orcs are an exception, and they got voted by my viewers.
Yeah, that's how it goes. When you put it up to the viewers, you never know. I did
create the list, and
oh, I just bought him, dude.
Oh, so he's the replacement for the old one. Okay.
That was annoying.
Maybe a little bit.
Just a bit. Die, war dancers.
Hopefully not.
Is he pi?
Yes, he is.
4159. Yes, he is.
If you hadn't noticed so far, my team, it's a numbers game.
Yeah, so I've minus 1, 2, 1, 3. 42.
The linemen are just the numbers from 1 to 6, 7, 8. 8. That's the magic number.
And 42.
Yep.
We all know what that means.
Apparently not. I've already met one person who wasn't aware.
Oh, okay. Sorry to everyone that doesn't know it.
Look it up. It's not that hard to find.
The number 42. I think if you search for that on the web, you'll find something. All right.
So let's make the hint a little bit cryptic. You could also search for Towel Day and we'll probably find some sort of answer.
Yes. Uh, right. So
Okay.
here I'm pretty much gonna want to get that war dancer down.
Yep, and that, because of block dodge, that might prove difficult.
Yep.
So this is something that
No tackle.
could be specifically problematic against Wood Elves or against teams that have leap. Defending against leap is annoying.
And very hard.
Because not only do you need to screen, but you need to screen 2 rows deep, so that even if he leaps over the first one, he still has to dodge afterwards.
That's why, I mean, taking them out would be better, if you know what I mean.
Yep. And I also put myself 3 spaces into the pitch and not 2, so that I can't be surfed, because Norse do have a lot of frenzy, and that is something I have to keep in mind.
Exactly. And this is my loner guy.
Oh, and you usually should put your loners on the line of scrimmage, especially when you're defending.
Yeah.
Just so that you have reliable guys to block with if you need to.
I think we're putting him down there.
So I probably wouldn't have pulled him that far back.
But he does have a 7 movement, so if you do jump, I would be able to catch him. Probably.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily a wrong move. You do put yourself up pretty far back. Maybe you should have pulled him a little bit further into the middle so that you can address threats from the other flank. Because of his movement 7, you still can move left and right pretty far.
So I get a push, but at least I have the frenzy to go again.
Okay, there's the defender down, but I think you should have pushed him left and not straight. So in case you failed the second one, you would have gotten another block with that loner piece.
True. That could have been more prudent.
Just for optimization's case. It
Nice.
worked now, but that would have made it easier if it or would have given you another chance.
Yeah, if it were to fail.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna no, not gonna dodge, even though he could. And now I can't use the wild animal here, as I can't really charge or blitz.
Yep. So, well, you're only moving him. It doesn't matter too much, probably. But there's still a pretty big hole in your defense.
Yeah, over
you
over
need
on
to
this
put
side.
at least one guy there so that I'm forced to blitz or dodge beside them.
Let's see. Like this.
Yep.
Maybe. To just.
I would go one up, one closer to the line of scrimmage.
Oh really?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still.
I have to dodge through 2 tackle zones there, where previously I would have had to dodge through none.
Okay.
Diagonally.
Yeah.
If you were one up.
And then.
I mean, I can still blitz, but I don't have block on a lot of players, so it already failed once in the first turn. It might fail again, and once I'm out of rerolls, things could get problematic.
Let's try this.
Okay.
The problem with the just any elves is the high agility, because they will just jump out of combat with you every turn. So you only basically just get that one blitz, and that blitz just needs to count. It really needs to count.
Yep.
Or something.
Okay, let's see. I would like to punch a hole here.
I would understand if you did.
But...
Oh! Ouchies!
I do have some trouble here today, apparently.
It's when it's a friendly match.
Not just then.
Not just then. Well, and that's what I mean. Sometimes you have these ideas, and in the last match I had, that guy had some insane luck with some of his moves
Yep.
that statistically shouldn't have gone that well. So sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and it's like in Mordheim, really. You see that too often as well.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just that he made some really weird moves and they worked.
Yeah.
It's all the dice take and give, whatever.
Oh, they
There was
do.
just some stuff that was really weird and should not have worked, but it's part of the game that it sometimes does.
And then sometimes you set everything up perfectly and you fail. You fail those 2 die rolls against your enemy, and it just doesn't go your way all the time.
Yep.
That's how it is. That's Blood Bowl.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so
So you're keeping a wide formation over against the one side, and not going too close.
yep. I usually don't cage with elves too much. I could stay back with the throw a little bit, but I pulled him up first, which probably wasn't the smartest move to make.
But he is 42.
Still, yes, but if you don't know the question, what matters the answer?
True.
And I also have to keep your frenzy in mind, so
Yes.
that's a bit weird. It will still keep you away for now.
At least you hope so.
Yep.
Because I'm in a time limit here, because of your big movement, and now you have 3 people on my side, of the line of scrimmage.
So basically, what I'm trying to do is pull basically your defense apart so that I have somewhere to slip through and your people are out of position. For example, the 3 guys on the on your left side, my right side, can't really do much this turn. You just need to reposition them and put them somewhere where they can be useful next turn.
Yeah, that's right.
The Yeti is similar. As long as you don't want to blitz with him, movement might be a problem. And you did that against your last enemy there as well, is the aggressive approach with him. You pull them into my half instead of going backwards into yours to defend.
Yeah.
Which can work, but I'm faster than you and more agile, so I'll most likely just run away again.
That's true.
If you can pull it off, we might be able to blitz 6, so the lineman that is diagonally to my thrower, and put pressure on them. That might work, because then you've got your Ulfwurner on the other side.
Yeah. But my Ulfwurner over there won't really matter this turn. But I will need to put some pressure on you here.
Yep, probably.
And I could do that. But I want an assist here. So what I'm thinking is to pull my Berserker up here with the go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then take my lineman and tear this guy apart.
So what you usually should do before this is reposition everybody else that you can afford to reposition, because there was a roll involved and the one is not good.
All right.
Because there's still 3 guys in your backfield that can score, and if you're going to blitz my cage corner there, you should at least
That's true.
Force me to dodge if things fail.
And make it harder for you to catch the ball.
Yep.
If need be. I think we're gonna try and go. Good. Thank you.
And the disturbing presence here is actually pretty helpful.
Yeah.
Because I did set up for passing and not running down, and now you cover all 3. Plus the tackle zones makes the catch a 4+ instead of a 2+.
But you do have a lone war dancer there.
But he can't score, at least not the
Nope.
next turn.
Not the next turn. I'll take the blitz now. And double skulls.
And that's why I always talk about movement first.
Yes. And loner. Yoo-hoo! Go down. Dude. Beautiful.
Okay.
4+ is very hard. But I need to get, in every single match, I need to get a double skull. That, it seems like that's how things needs to be.
That's just mandatory.
Yeah.
I mean, it always appears unlikely, but with the amounts of rolls, it will happen sooner or later. I think in one of my last matches, there were a total of 3 or 4 double skulls.
Oh, really?
Between both players in total, so not only me, but still, that wasn't pretty.
Nope. That really messes up things.
Okay, let me see.
Double skulls. No.
I would say my block rolls have been subpar so far, so I don't mind that this worked.
True.
Okay. Nope. And so where's my... Okay, he's right there, so he's not a good choice. I was looking for my dodge lineman, so that I don't have to waste a reroll in case of a 1.
Ah.
But he's next to Hercules.
Yes.
So he's not a good target for me to set up like this. So let's try this. And basically, since you made it very hard for me to score, and I don't want to take too many risks here, I'm just trying to create a little bit of a screen. And let's throw the ball in there.
Yep. Well done.
And now I can go for the remaining stuff.
And I mean, the dodging is pretty good with the elves. So repositioning is a lot easier with them than what I have.
That is true. Very much so.
Ooh.
And yes, that was on purpose because I need to get there. And
all right.
I'd rather take the dodge through 1 tackle zone with the built-in reroll than do going for it without.
True.
I don't know if that actually is the better roll, but I think it is.
It's a it's a 2+ with a reroll. So, or
No,
3+ with a reroll, or a 2+ without, or with a team reroll.
Yep.
So, and the Ragnarok is down.
Yep. Okay, so this is basically my ideal and your worst scenario.
Yep.
Right now, because I've completely boxed you out.
Yep.
Which is not what should happen, of course. So I do still have 2 minutes, so we can maybe see what could have been done differently to avoid that. So for one, the guy I blitzed with my War Dancer, you could have either pulled him back to on 3 here. That is still where he was previously.
Yeah. Yeah.
So diagonally on the other side, so that I have to dodge it backwards in case I would have wanted to score with him. He was closest, so he was the best target, at least in theory. That way, it would have been harder for me to blitz him because he was far further back. I think I could have still have reached him, but not as easily.
Well, you blitzed the other guy, right?
I blitzed the People's Fist.
Yes. And then ran
moved
down
on to give the assist.
And that's one of the problems, because I need to set up my guys to block you off, but you can get the assists in, which is just very annoying.
Yes. I think I the problem is from the beginning, since I received, I could put more pressure on you.
Mm.
The the perfect defense doesn't help too much if I'm not set up completely on the line where you can just stop me in my tracks then. I
Yeah.
only had 3 players on the line of scrimmage, and the repositioning did help there and made it harder for me to get through. But
But
against
still.
elves, it's still hard.
Yeah.
So, and now I also got I injured your guy on the first turn. I mean,
Yeah. That was very good.
we're down to 10 against 10 players at the moment,
Yeah.
but even one turn of player advantage for elves can be pretty crucial sometimes.
At least it's very hard for me to make any move that would involve stopping your advance when you just punch through the scrimmage, the screen that I set up. So I'm just gonna try and see if I can get my Yeti over to your ball carrier here.
The rule still stands before you do that. Probably you should move your other guys
Yeah,
because it's a loner and that could fail. So you probably
so could
shouldn't.
this.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't do that. But you can still put him in a situation where I'm forced to either blitz him or just score. I mean, they do have jump up, so he can go fairly far.
No, not the runner.
Sorry, it's a runner, not a
If
berserker.
if he had been a berserker, I would have been able to just run over,
Yep.
but he does not. So I mean, he's fairly useless unless I go in that way.
I mean,
And try for
just the
this.
position you put him in can be threatening. You don't need to put him extremely close.
Right here, you seem.
I would just put him basically on the 3rd step, so or the 4th. He has a movement of 7, so without the going for it, basically.
Yeah.
You could
But
do them, but since you
it
can't
just
reach me,
seems
it wouldn't help me too much. I can serve you because I don't have frenzy. He
true.
could be served, but not this turn, only next turn. And
Maybe we should. If I put this
you still
guy.
have 2 guys in my half. You should at least pull back a little bit, just in case.
Yeah. Let's
I mean,
pull.
I personally don't stall usually, so it won't matter too much maybe. But in a situation like this, I could probably stall for 2 or 3 turns
Yep.
if you don't
That
pull your
wouldn't be
guys
a
back and
that
try to
wouldn't be a
force me to
problem.
score.
I could even have tried to serve 42 really,
Yeah, probably that
but
might have been I don't know if that's the best choice. It probably could help, or it definitely would have helped. But your plan to pressure me with your Yeti is not bad either. And in theory, at least, you can get a tackle zone on me like that, because if you get the knockdown, you can move him through.
So that was the general idea.
Yep.
Put him here. Just to get him in. Alright, let's try this.
And I hope your viewers are aware as well that we're going for a little bit of educational today here. Not that I'm coming across as the biggest douche ever right now.
That is exactly what we're trying for.
Ouch.
Down you go, 3. See you later.
Okay. Nope. So I'm treating my injuries as if it were a real game. Talking is hard once again.
It is.
And even though it's a permanent injury on alignment, it is just alignment. With 2 SPP on top of that, that's not a lot, and that is not apothecary worthy. I'm saving the apothecary for the war dancers and the war dancers only.
So what he has now, I mean, it's a 2+, 3+ dodge out, 2+ dodge out. So it's not really hard with a reroll.
Yep.
Not at all.
That is true, but the way you're set up now, I basically can't cage here anymore. So even though I am probably going to score, at least as long as I don't roll double ones,
Yeah.
you forced me to score a little bit quicker than
Yes.
others might have.
Instead
and
of
that does
stalling.
still give you 5 turns of your own to tie in this half.
Yeah.
And at the moment, at least, I have a player disadvantage. The KO player might come back, but not necessarily.
No, because you injured one of my guys as well.
Yeah, but I've got an injury and a KO.
Oh yeah, true.
So it's 10 against 10. It might be 9 against 10.
Yeah.
If my KO doesn't come back.
And
But
that
I'm
could help me when...
going to be a little bit greedy
Okay.
and trying to even the score here, but
Yeah.
won't happen.
But it makes sense, really. It does make sense.
And I should still always set up for the case that I do fail this.
Yeah, I was just about to say, shouldn't you be moving stuff before rolling dice? But I wouldn't want to come off as a douche.
Oh.
Hey! I'm learning. You learn it, yeah? No,
Okay.
this is...
You're not wrong. That is definitely true, and I did forget about that. That's one of the problems I have when playing Blood Bowl while having a conversation.
Yeah.
I sometimes overlook stuff. I'm getting better at that, but I did have one league match where I screwed up royally because I was too focused on the conversation and not enough on my gameplay.
And that is sometimes the problems because I mean the time is ticking and you basically usually run 2 minute turns, otherwise the
Yeah,
games will
in the
run
league
too
we
far.
use 3 minutes so that there is a little bit
Yeah.
more time.
Okay.
Now with 4 minutes we have more than enough time to
Yeah.
talk everything through.
We do.
Okay, I can make this as safe as I want to, but let's just see. As long as I don't roll double ones, I'm fine. Okay.
Yeah, you didn't.
Hey.
And he jumps in. Cool. 4. You should have written it with letters instead.
I like it like this, but it's
Looks a
personal
bit
preference,
awkward.
I guess. So let's see. My KO comes back. And that was a war dancer as well, so
Yeah.
having him back is good for me.
I would have liked him to stay down.
I don't know why. So now I'm basically in a little bit of a different situation than you, I think.
Yes.
Because I don't want to be close to each other, usually. You can beat me down pretty easily regardless.
I do have the advantage of running block on everyone, and you don't.
Yep,
At least at this level.
That is
the linemen
basically
aren't.
the reason why the Norse are such a strong team in low team value
Yes.
environments. Because same as dwarves, they start off with block on basically everybody.
Yeah. Okay, so what I like to punch through on the side, but I've actually haven't had that much success with that. So I've tried to play some off-camera games where I punch through the middle and just cage up. And it has actually worked out better. I don't want to say good, but better.
Okay, so I think it depends in part on who you play against and also how their defense is set up. The way I set up my defense now, going along the side isn't the best option, at least to begin with.
Because you have the war dancers out there.
Yeah, if the war dance is out there, and even if you do blitz me, I still have a guy in the back there, but my players in the middle are pretty weak, my defense there. So you could be able to punch a hole through there pretty easily. The problem with going through the middle is that I can come in from both sides and try to stop you, while on a sideline cage I would have to pull everybody over first, but with the elves who are pretty fast, that usually isn't that big of an issue.
Yeah.
It could make more of an impact against slower teams like orcs or dwarves.
Also, the punchiness of this team compared to your team is something to consider when caging up. Okay, I'm gonna go with.
And you did what you should always think about as well is a blitz, basically. So
Yes,
you
exactly.
Did
That's exactly what I just thought.
but
If
you,
I
I
get a
think you
bit,
should put these guys back on the line. The two you just pulled back, to be honest. Mainly because you need the assist to get the two dice, the ED two dice.
on one of the sides.
Just that
Exactly.
GI Joe, for example, and Walking Harry are closing down the sides. So
Yeah,
if I blitz, I still have to blitz and can't just run through. That's the important part there.
exactly. Yeah. Okay. Let's try
So I
this.
think the defensive setup is good, and you don't have to. I usually would put the guys back. I mean, the Ragnarok and People's Fist one space further back in case of a quick snap. But the way I set up, you don't have to worry about that.
Exactly, and that's why I thought I could even put them one more up if I needed, but it didn't make sense to do that.
Yeah, you don't want to be on the line in case of the exact result we just got.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so now I'm in a situation where I can't get away completely, unfortunately, but at least I
But
can
some.
stay away from your Yeti.
Yeah. And he is the guy with Mighty Blow. At least I got that on him as
Yep.
my first thing, so.
Never a bad first choice.
Oh.
As long as he doesn't have it. And it's nice, he doesn't have mutation access, but he starts with Claw.
Yeah.
So he has basically everything he needs. And I am switching things around a little bit. I'm putting 6 in front of your Yeti, because he's got dodge, and just in case you want to break through the middle, he is my best bet at standing upright without sacrificing a War Dancer.
That's a good plan.
Okay, so aside from that, I think I'm going to leave things as they are, or, well, let's pull them over a little bit, mainly because the kick is going on the other side, and one turn won't be enough for you to exploit
To cage.
the opening I just created there.
That's true.
And I can pull up my defense a little bit as well on the other side. So like this. Oh, and I just got the... Yeah, it's fine like this.
And as you can see, he actually, in this situation here, once I've removed this Ulfwerner, I could have run up here to blitz his guy over to Ragnarok and try and push him over. But it's not going to happen as he put one guy behind. That's pretty good. No pushing.
Yep.
All right. So I would always start with blocks, as I don't have any sure hands on my runner yet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's always what I feel is the safest, but it's not always the best to go that way.
Yes, so I think what you should do first, or probably better, is move G.I. Joe and the People's Fist. So one of them is probably going to try and assist.
Yes.
But the other one you can pull back a little bit for defense and repositioning purposes for the next turn. Because
Maybe
things
just
are
here.
moving towards your left side, my right side. And he should move towards that.
Yeah.
Because you need to secure the ball, and you only have 2/3 players, depending on how the blocks go, to secure the ball. And
Yep.
I am already, at least in theory, in range to pick it up if
To
you
pick it
fail.
up, yeah, if I fail.
If I want to go very aggressive.
And you do. You
Maybe.
are.
I like playing aggressive with the Wood Elves, usually. I'm still missing my favorite team. I want to whine about that some more. I haven't done that in a while.
The Necromantic.
No, the Pro Elves. So the last elf team that is missing from the game.
That's right.
They just have the most annoying of catchers, because they start with Nerves of Steel, which is a double skill for them. Or usually every catcher, but it's the holy grail of catcher skills.
I'm gonna try a block here. I would move the Ragnarok, but I don't really know where to put him right now. Because he should be in a position to just block you off here.
Yeah, I think that's fine. At least since you do have block, you can make some blocks with a good amount of safety. Let's call it that.
And here comes the push.
Yep. So frenzy is something else you have to work with. It can screw you pretty badly, and I could have set up a little bit differently to make that block pretty bad for you in case you failed the first one.
It could have gone down a bit different, yeah.
Yep.
Let's try this. Nope.
So I usually wouldn't block that early with the Yeti. The one is not the problem here. If he had rolled a bad roll, that's the problem. It's just big guys are notoriously unreliable. Especially
I know.
in situations when you need them to not be. So,
well,
if possible...
It wasn't really the baddest time for him.
But the ball is still pretty open.
Yeah. Okay, so now I have one guy left here, which I could pull back a bit. Gonna pick up the ball.
Let's see. Okay, that worked. I usually you do have, for example, the loner. You could have pulled him back first, so in case you failed, there still would have been two players in the way.
To try and pick it up.
No, not to pick up, just for the screen, because if you had failed to pick up, depending on the scatter, it would have been wide on in the open for me.
Yeah.
And that way you still need to pull him back anyways, because you can't really... You need to be safe from me. And for that you do need to screen somehow. And with as many players as possible.
True. Thinking is hard.
Yeah.
Using brain is hard, especially fast. I don't have this problem in Mordheim, so I'm thinking it's because I'm rusty.
I think it's might probably also be partially... Well, that was a weird sentence.
Might also possibly...
Yeah.
Partially.
Because you are on a timer in Blood Bowl, but you're not on Mordheim, so you have time to think, and you only have 2 minutes usually to decide what you want to do in Blood Bowl.
No, in Mordheim we have 90 seconds.
Ah, okay, you mean in the league. Okay, makes sense.
So I mean, and people will see from my match on Saturday that I can do stuff with limited time. I can do tactics, but I feel maybe it's because it's a board game and you're a bit more prohibited in your movement, and you can't really afford to make mistakes. Where Mordheim is a bit less relentless.
Yep.
When it comes to
basically
mistakes.
Here the first failed action ends your turn, whereas in Mordheim, if you make one small mistake,
you're not totally gone.
I'm full of pushes today.
Yeah, you're a pushover.
A little bit. So I decided against the completely aggressive approach. It would have been leaping and then doing a 1-die splits against your ball carrier, but that would have included 1 or 2 going for it on top of everything, and I don't really want to do that.
That could have been fun, though.
It would have been. It would have looked very impressive, probably, but nope.
It would have been. You're wood elves, so wood. No, that's bad. Sorry.
You should feel a little bit ashamed there.
Oh no!
I mean, I have to pick my battles here. You do have me locked down pretty well in the middle right now. At least 2 of my guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I can just do this with the
exactly
remaining stuff.
That's it's like, no, come back! I wanna punch you in the face.
And so basically, what I need to do now is to try and keep you back there, while you need to try and
pull forward,
and cage up somewhere, and then move down the pitch in a somewhat fast fashion, because you still have 4 turns. But
I have 4 turns, but I'm not
as
the
long
fastest.
as you're over the line of scrimmage. When you still have 2 turns, you do still have a good chance.
Yeah.
Anything further back, things tend to get problematic. Because you do have movement 7 on the runner, so he can go 9 spaces if need be. But that is still a lot of going for it.
It is. And don't underestimate making 1+ rolls. Or 2+ rolls, sorry.
Yeah.
That's not something you want to do a lot of.
Yeah.
All right, so now I need to get out. And to do that, I need to take down 4. Otherwise, I won't have any leeway. Well, I could just move, basically, up here.
So it depends a little bit on what you manage to do on the line of scrimmage, because what I try to do here is try to separate your team a little bit by pulling my players between them so that you can form a complete cage and that I have some sort of angle where I can attack you next turn.
Yeah.
And you need to somehow still manage to form a cage that is at least somewhat safe.
Exactly. But I do have 2 players down here in the safe.
Yep.
And I can free up another one up here with my Ulfwerener. And then bring him up without having to touch 4.
Yep.
Actually. So the thing is, I should start with my Yeti, but that's just what you said I shouldn't.
I usually say that, but there are points where you need to do that. I come across them regularly myself. And I think so. Oh, please work.
There's always the exception, right?
Yep.
So this is what so that's what happens.
Yep. So what you could do to maybe at least make things a little bit safer is, that's a maybe, because I don't know if that's the best. I wouldn't reroll that for
I wouldn't.
For once. You could pull back the People's Fist exactly there. That's what I was going to say, and then block my War Dancer and try to knock him down.
So that was my backup plan here.
Yeah, because he is still the biggest threat.
Yeah.
Basically.
But he has dodge.
Yep. Didn't really work, but if you follow him up, or I wouldn't push him next to your guy because you need him to form the cage still. Yeah, but things do get a little bit complicated now.
Oh, stop that.
You could form a sideline cage. You only need 2 players for that, but I could leap in there and try to push you out.
Yeah.
That would be the risk there.
But I'll need to try for a different cage here. Let's see. And then, because I still have my blitz.
Yep.
Ready. So I would take down this guy. Put that guy there and follow. Oh! It's an injury.
Yep, that was my owner.
I would bring Circules to blitz the other guy.
That's a good idea, yep.
And, whoa.
Not like that.
Don't do that!
The misclick is real sometimes.
Here we go.
All right, not like this.
Like that, you stupid computer.
The automatic pathing is horrible sometimes.
All right, and he went down.
Yep. So you should be able to form a complete cage, actually.
Exactly.
And that was a really good move. So
thank you.
I didn't really have to talk too much about that. It's just that in the pressure of things, when you only have 2 minutes, you need to think about stuff like that and need to execute it in that manner.
And that execute it in the time you have, and that is the big problem sometimes.
So you should really create the complete cage there.
On the sideline?
I can serve you there. Well, I could, but I would have to jump in and push you.
I just really
I'd rather attack the ball carrier like that, I think.
True. But I really hate having people on the sideline because it just opens up for a world of hurt.
That is true.
On my end.
But
sometimes you just need to, right?
Yeah. And my problem is you do have frenzy, so
yeah.
I'm taking
so if you get too
close here when I want to really block you from the sidelines because you could serve me.
Exactly. I'm gonna, and that was one of the things I used when I played my Norse team on the tabletop. I would go down the sideline and just serve anyone that would try and come out and grab the ball or push the ball carrier. Mm-hmm. Because most people don't have frenzy.
Yep.
It's a kind of an odd skill.
I really like it. I played in a lot of leagues in Blood Bowl Chaos Edition, and when the Corn Demon were released, the team, I know it's maybe a little bit blasphemous to play a not an official Games Workshop team or whatever, but I still like them, and there you have at maximum 4 players that don't have Frenzy. So even their basic linemen start with Frenzy, and it's just chaos all around, but it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And once you get a few skills in, it gets really annoying for the opponent. So now I'm going to do the fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Jump, jump.
It's
Oh,
the movement is a little bit weird because I need to put myself into position first, then I can leap.
Oh, really?
Yep. It doesn't take the sequence. He needs to be there before I can activate leap, and I need to activate the blitz before that, so that I can actually do all this. And I won't use my last reroll for that.
But you got the guy in there. That matters.
Yep, hopefully. So, last action, let me do this. And so this is, I think, maybe a bit of an aggressive form of the elf defense, because I have a lot of players in contact with you. But usually you just want to screen with elves, so create a little bit of a buffer zone, so that even if you blitz me, you can move forward only 1 space. Now you can hit me a little bit harder, if you want to.
Now I would like to get some assists here.
So you should probably stand G.I. Jofer up first and pull him somewhere near.
Before
you forget about him.
Yeah, he was all the way over there.
Yep.
Just lying, taking a nap. And then it's a bit messy over here. Because I could bring the People's Fist up here, so I would be able to take down this guy. Or at least get... yeah. Get the assist in on him. I could do that. But that would mean punching with one of the other guys. There's an assist there. So I can get him away. No problem. But moving forward is the problem.
Yeah, that is not easy.
I'll need to...
So I think you have 2 options here, basically. One is, not my favorite, obviously, is getting sure-footed and frenzy somewhere over to that loner, trying a handoff and running him on the opposite side, but that would be abandoning the cage, and I could probably still catch you with at least 1 player. So that would be risky, but if you had maybe 1 or 2 more players on this side that could move reliably, that might be a good idea, and not with a loner. That's one of the biggest problems in that scenario.
That's a big problem. All right, I'm gonna put...
Oh, you need to try to push through somehow, or at least get my players away.
Yeah. So that's the main idea.
Yep.
And we'll push this guy. Or just leave him there. I'll try for this.
So... oh yeah, you blocked your own path there now.
Yep. That's beautiful. I love that. Yeah, I'm gonna hope here.
Yeah, you could have blitzed differently a little bit and served him. Maybe?
Maybe.
Oh, but you did get the defender down that you need. And another KO.
Oh, and KO. Okay.
That's also a little bit something you sometimes have to rely on, is just getting the upper hand in player, with the amount of players
Player
on the pitch.
advantages, yeah.
You have 10. I have, once again... Well, I'm down to 8. 8? 8.
That's not a good idea.
I think one of your this is some of those decisions where it's not that easy to see what could be the best, because my war dancer is far away, but he, at least in theory, is still in range.
Yeah.
But I doubt that I will be able to do something with him. So what you're doing right now is probably the best choice.
I'm
Otherwise, you
just
could've-
trying to move up the side as slowly as possible. as
Well, I need to move into the way again, which
yeah.
is what this comes down to, and I will have to do a lot of dodges in the meantime as well.
And that was one of the plans, just to get hopefully as many as possible into your zones, so you need to dodge, even though it's really easy for the elves.
It can still
fail.
That's
It
the
can fail.
problem. And that now I have some options here. For one, I would like to pull the war dancer down, but that would include a leap, and that's a 3+ roll that I don't really want to do. So I need to prioritize now and try to get to block you first, and that could fail also.
Yeah.
I did fail 2 block rolls today already, so
please fail one more.
we'll see.
Just one more. No dodge.
Yes. Not my favorite result, but a push is at least better than both down.
Yeah.
And now we'll have to see how much the dice like me today.
Not a lot. So moving there, leaping.
Yep.
Yep. 67. And then moving over. Okay.
And
that's a 1 die, unless you can pull.
Yeah, I still have a war dancer left.
Your second war dancer up.
And the 3+ rolls.
Good
are
job,
holding.
buddy. That's good. Yeah, okay. That was sick. A lot of leaping.
Yep. And a lot of pushing again.
Okay.
So let's push him back and follow. So this does look fairly good for me right now, but the problem is I still could get surfed here. So let's do this. Nope, there's one. But I am going to take that now and not save it for the last turn.
I would have done that as well.
And yeah. He doesn't really have a good place to go. So let's leave him there. Okay, let's see. It's not impossible to pull off, but it probably won't be easy.
It's near impossible. Because I was thinking about some pushing, but it won't be possible to do with the way things are, I think. Let me just... If that goes... No, because that will go there.
I'm trying to think as well if you maybe can do a chain push and do that a little bit better.
But you position them very well, so that's not going to happen. And if I want to move, and I do, I'll need to either blitz with the ball carrier, which is dangerous.
So I
say the
think
least.
What might be the best bet here is to first block with Walking Harry against 2. You can pull at least 2 assists. Well, 1 assist
And 1
over
assist
there,
up,
which is all you need.
Yeah.
That will give you 2 dice, and after that you could blitz with Sure-Footed and Frenzy, which would at least allow you to only have to do 1 dodge, if everything works.
But only if everything works, and that is Blood Bowl, ladies and gentlemen. That is how it works.
You could also still blitz with your Yeti to remove that last tackle zone. Well, maybe even with the loner lineman or somebody else, maybe the Ragnarok. I don't know. It depends on how the first block goes as well, a little bit.
Yeah, because I still need to get him...
I mean, you shouldn't blitz. You need to blitz for your ball carrier.
Exactly. That was I need to use that blitz, unless I mean if he goes down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, he gets pushed there, but then that guy will be pushed there, so that's still a dodge, and a hell of a lot more rolls.
Not easy.
Not easy, not easy at all. But no one said Blood Bowl was to be easy.
Yep, and I'm not purposefully trying to go easy on you. I'm doing my best here as well.
And you should. As you should.
Okay.
Alright, let's get this guy over there. And let's get...
So now first you need to knock down 2. I think.
I think you are more than correct, sir. Yes.
That worked. And you
He
need to
went
follow
down.
that.
Otherwise, I'll just block him in. That would be bad.
Yeah, and now you do actually give an assist there, which is the important part. If you hadn't followed him up, it would have been a 1 dice.
And I could... Yeah, I think the best bet is to count on the blitz here, really.
Yep. Blitzing with the runner.
Yeah. 2 die, and then...
Okay. So you follow
He goes
that up,
down.
and then you just have to dodge.
One dodge.
You do still have a reroll,
Yeah.
which is the important part here. So it's a
And then-
75% chance to work, which is not that bad. Okay, there it is.
And then I'll need to... Oh...
Two going for its are...
It's
Bit of a
risky with 1 reroll. I could just set up here.
My war dances are in range, though.
But yeah, I was just about to say, but you have the leap on your guys.
Yep.
So I'm not gonna chance it. Here we go. Score!
Worked.
Sure-footed and frenzy. Okay. But it's rough calculating these things within 2 minutes. I feel that is my major problem in these games.
And that just comes with experience. It's just that usually when the turn starts, I usually already know what I would like to do. And it's just a matter of figuring out how do I get there.
Yeah.
And it comes with the practice. Okay, yeah, we both have 1 turn left.
Yes.
But you do have the player advantage now.
But you get
one more
one more
than me on
roll.
the pitch.
Yeah.
So who's injured? The loner and... Okay. And 3. I have no reroll left. You still have 2. Well, you only can use 1.
Yeah.
Assuming we don't get a riot and get bonus turns.
That would be pretty horrible. Let's see. I need that guy. Yeah, well, even if it's a friendly game, you still want to try your best, I think.
Of course. And that's also why I'm going to try 1 turn touchdown if I can.
Yes. And you should. I will hate you forever for it and spam you on Twitter for doing so. But here we go.
I mean, so far I think I've done it exactly once when I'm playing Blood Bowl 2. I try very often, but I usually fail on the first block because I don't get the push. It's not even that I screw up the setup or something like that. It's just that I don't get the block roads that I need to push my player far enough into the enemy's zone.
I would like to see how that works.
Well, hopefully you're about to.
So I'm crossing my fingers.
And I don't have the setup completely down, so I might be making some mistakes here right now. But we'll see.
Yeah, but it's basically something about pushing your guy into my half,
Yep.
right?
Yep. And I tried it most often with the Skaven because they have the easiest time of doing so, at least in theory. And I do have... By now, I can do it with them pretty easy because I have a gutter runner with movement 10 and sprint.
Yeah. That's 13.
Yep, which is exactly the length of one Blood Bowl half.
Yep. I've done it once with the Skaven team.
But the one time I did succeed was actually with my Lizardmen.
Oh, really?
Yep, I do have a movement allowance 9 skink there, or 3 actually by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tend to get the interesting
movement.
setups. Okay, so...
Alright, so you pushed him over there.
Yep, and this still looks a little bit weird. But... So how many spaces more do I need to go? I need 2 more.
2 more. To make it.
Okay, now things start to get complicated, but I think I still might be able to.
Oh! The stun.
Or... Nope. Or... Am I wrong? No, I think... Nope, I can't do it. I would need to push him 1 more space, and I don't have a player in position there. With whom I could do it.
No, because the People's Fist is... Yeah.
I could put I would have needed to put 1 guy here, and then push again, but I don't have a player in position in either of the 2 positions that would have helped me there. So
Yeah. On the other side.
Yep. So
that's hard.
Yeah, it's just you need
that.
the one time I want pushes, I don't get them. That's usually how this goes. Okay, so let me try.
Yeah, you don't
to
want people
knock
to
you
go
around
down
a little bit. Nope.
Yep.
Also not happening.
But you can push.
And I probably even should have done that with the War Dancer, so that's a waste. But it's fine. Let's just throw the ball, even though it won't matter. Well, you do still have your 8th turn. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You can hit me a little bit.
I can.
Let me run away first, please.
Run away!
But yeah, that's at least the theory of the 1-turn touchdown.
Yeah.
1 more space would have been needed there. Oh well.
So...
But you also need a good amount of players to pull that off, because you need to do chain pushes, and that's very hard to do when you don't have enough players.
Yeah.
And since I don't have the setup memorized, I need to adjust usually a little bit, so move players around.
Aww.
Your big guy really doesn't want to do anything today.
Nope. And loner.
Hey, another one.
Oh well.
Yep.
I do have a 1 die against that guy. Here you go. Go down.
They fall down so dramatically.
Really, really dramatically. That's like a 3 spin worth. Alright, that's it. Let's go to half. 1-1, 2 out, 1 out.
And now the zoom in on the pitch really looks impressive with that stadium size.
Yeah. It really
the only
does.
reason
Whoa.
that makes me want to save up for the stadium upgrades, even though it will add on team value.
Oh yeah.
While you do that, is because it looks just so much better.
It looks awesome.
And now we are in the interesting situation that you have the player advantage and also are receiving the ball.
Yes.
And that's the situation you want to be in, and I do not.
Oh yeah. That's the one situation I really like.
Yeah. And now I need to readjust my setup. Because I can't be on the sidelines anymore as much.
Okay. It's like that then.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna punch a hole through you?
I actually just want to set up against Frenzy.
Yeah.
It's just the basic Frenzy trap. If a player with Frenzy pushes on the first one, you want him to not have 2 dice again and the second go.
But it doesn't really matter much with a Yeti there.
Yep. For the Yeti, it's basically pointless, but at least for the Ulfwurner and your Berserkers, it does matter a bit.
True. Especially the Berserkers.
Yep. And the Ulfwurner at least should get only a 1 dice if it fails.
There we go.
And
all right,
I did mention already that I don't like stalling, but there's a but attached now. When I'm playing bash teams, I stall. Because if it's 1-1 now. If you score as fast as possible, or in a reasonable amount of time, so let's say 4 to 6 turns, I still have 2 to 4 turns to score as well again.
Yeah.
Assuming I still have enough players left. And even with 4 players, Elves, or 3 players, Elves can still score. I've seen it happen. And so, when I'm playing bash teams, especially against agility teams, stalling is just part of it's sometimes a necessity to win.
It is.
I personally don't like it much, but with bash teams, it's often necessary. Because Elves and Skaven and all the other agility teams can just score that fast. And so ideally you want to put yourself into a position where you can stall a long time.
That is so true.
It's not the most fun to watch, but
Nope.
It's not always about what it's the most fun to do in Blood Bowl, at least
No,
if you're trying to win.
You still need to do things accordingly. See, I got the push here. If I hadn't taken my Yeti first,
And I just
would have
once
been in
again want to
trouble.
point out that doing the first block with the Yeti is a big no-no.
Unless you really need to and want to have these 2 die rolls as Norse. Because I was kind of, you forced me into using my Yeti.
Well, you did have the assist there. You basically forced yourself to it a little bit because the guys that could have blocked safely with 2 dice are both loners.
Yeah, true.
And if you had used them for the assist, you wouldn't have needed the Yeti.
That is...
Or basically, the problem is not only are they loners, but the guys you would have replaced them with would have had Frenzy. So you usually want normal linemen without loner there. Then you can do the safe blocks. And you have at least one... You have 2 of those. 3 even. So you could have done it. But the way you did things, it did work out pretty well. Your Yeti is in a position where he's really annoying to me.
Mm-hmm. I got him pushed
and
further in, which can be quite annoying.
Mm-hmm. That is true. So you are putting me in a pretty problematic
annoying
situation. Right yeah, pretty much.
Say the least. Yeah.
So I will just go for the fun stuff first,
yes,
as always.
Jump, jump. Let me hear you say it.
Oh, come on.
No, go down.
I need to reroll that as much as it hurts. I really can't afford to roll a double 1, apparently.
Oh, dang diddly.
And now we will find out what happens. Okay, so the plan there was, of course, putting him next to the loner lineman there and then leaping in and trying to get the ball free. And that was the safest action I could have taken, because every other dodge, except ones that would have served the same purpose here, would have been through 1 tackle zone at least. So what I was doing there was actually the safe stuff, and it backfired.
Yep.
Double ones is just the agility player's bane of existence.
Yep, it is.
And if it happens, there's just nothing you can do about it.
That's just how it goes.
Okay, I could have actually done this a little bit easier, because I only need 1 player to remove both assists, so I screwed up there. I could have put 8 just 1 space closer to the line of scrimmage. that was my mistake there. So I could have failed the leap with a double one, maybe. But still, your first turn was really good.
That it worked out very well for me. Oh, and this
my
as well.
points still stand with the Yeti. You usually shouldn't do that.
True.
But it did work out, and that did make it very hard for me. It was a risky move, and it paid off. It could also have backfired in the first action, and then I would have gotten the ball.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just contemplating what is the best move here, because either I try and get that guy away, or I just punch through here. Yeah. Come on, wild animal. Good. Good boy.
Yep.
Damn it. That's the block I'm missing. No, and loner. There we go.
Yep.
Okay. At least he's still fairly safe.
And
both
my
went down.
player has a higher chance of being knocked out, but
Yep, exactly.
But now
But it didn't happen.
Things actually look a little bit better for me. Okay, so I'm still going to do the dodges first now. Mainly...
I'm actually crossing my fingers here.
Oh, come on.
Really?
Yeah, I still need to do this, probably.
Ones.
Quadruple ones would have been a bit annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Let's get away from the Yeti so that you don't have that an easy target. To blitz.
Well, I'll still need to blitz to get up.
At least somewhat reliable.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's not do the extremely crazy stuff now. I already used up my reroll, so I should do this a little bit smarter and just force you to block me away. And with Mighty Blow, I actually did have a decent chance of getting away there.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't really work out that way, but that's fine. So let's see. Thank you.
Oh, my God.
And now I'm actually going to do the fun stuff.
Leapy Jeebus.
So at least I'm really in your way, and
yeah.
Things looked really well there for a moment, but the Yeti was the problem. If that hadn't failed, you probably could have secured your position a little bit better.
Well, it's not over yet.
Yep.
Stop talking like it's over.
I'm just pointing out stuff that might have made things easier for you. I'm not saying that things are over yet, just that I'm in a better position now, where previously I was in a pretty bad one. I mean, I still had to spend 2 rerolls in the first 2 turns of this half, which is not something you want to do.
That's not to be preferred. And come on. Oh man. He's really angry that you put him down.
Yep.
He does not like you anymore. He liked you before.
You sure? I seem to remember that he failed some wild animal rolls previously. So I think you probably. So what you need to figure out now is how to get your ball carrier away from my guys, and that's exactly what you
That's
need
not
to
the
do
problem, but the problem is if I want to do that first. But I think I do. I think the other guys are in an okay position here, so we're gonna do this. And that's not good.
Yep, there goes the next reroll.
There we go.
Well, there's still the second block coming.
Yep.
Okay. Still
Same.
pushes again, but it's fine.
Yeah, because I did get 1 assist when I pushed him away, so I was hoping, but you can always fail.
Yep, and you did zone me out there pretty well, so now you can just move along your right side.
Yep.
And through the middle pretty heavily as well. You probably can't build a complete cage, or maybe you can. Let me check.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, yes.
Well, you
Or
you
I
could
can
just
build
put
a half one.
or you could put yourself close to the Yeti or closer.
I could actually. Look at this. I'll put him there. And then,
It does leave one corner with one of my guys already on it,
yes.
which is a problem, but it's better to have a completely closed cage, and I need to do some blocks first, than have one with one corner open, I think.
Exactly. I feel that is
Both could have
safe.
worked, because now you're a little bit closer to me and it's easier for me to reach you, but I could have gotten around to you easier on the other side as well with my two linemen there. It's just sometimes there's no exact answer, I think, at least for me.
Exactly. It's a per instance thing. And you do have dodge here, but it'll make me able to push you over here and then push you over there. Okay.
I
But
think
it's
what
okay.
what helps you here is actually the position of your Yeti, because even if I get the cage corner away, I can only get one player in there and not get an assist.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, I maybe could have gotten that.
Because there's a screaming Yeti on the floor
Yep.
going, "You are not to pass. You shall not pass." That's it. The beard. He's Gandalf. Ah, now I get it.
And with these results, I actually figured out that I could get a 2 dice if I played things right, thanks to
Yeah.
leap, but not if I push.
Yeah, if you had gotten him down, you would have had a 2 die.
Yep.
So that was lucky on my part. Yeah, the leap leaves some really odd situations, because you can utilize the warp dancer even though you can't really run in straight off. So I think that's something I'm also having a hard time just remembering
Come
what
on.
everyone has of skills. You want to reroll that?
Nope.
Just push.
It's not worth it. We still have 6 turns left, and I can't afford to use my last reroll on something so simple.
Yeah,
I
if
need to
it was
save
on
it
the ball
for.
carrier, it would be different.
I need to save that for more important stuff. So basically, what I just need to do now again is create the screen again and try to get you to move as slowly as possible.
But I do have a lot of turns
Yep.
to do so, to
Yep.
move slowly. So it doesn't really affect me that much.
It depends.
It could be worse.
Yep, that is true.
Let's see. Okay.
You still need to get your runner away from my thrower again. So the one that has attack zone on you. You can just
Yep.
blitz with the Yeti, but we all know what your Yeti likes to do.
Oh yeah, he likes to. Whoa. So
That
I won't
sounded a
do
little
that.
bit more orky.
I don't want to do that first, though. I want to move my peeps. And
And so, is this game shaping out as you assumed? I actually went in this and didn't know how exactly we would do this with me trying to
yeah, it's. I think
see what you could do.
I think it's going as I had pictured it in my mind. So it's very good. I think very informative.
I like it so far as well. It's a bit weird because I basically try to beat myself.
Yep. In the end, but you still leave some room for me to make some decisions here. So
Yep, and just a lot of stuff. It's just the stuff I'm commenting on about in your videos. It's basically the basics in Blood Bowl. Once you know the rules, it comes down to prioritizing, doing the important the easy moves first if you can afford to, and do the risky stuff later. And that's
or sometimes take chances, because you will need to take some chances.
yeah, if you can afford to, or you just need to, there will come points in games where you just can't do anything else than start with the risky stuff, because everything else you want to do depends on that thing working.
Yep.
It sometimes just works out like this.
So now I'm gonna try using my berserker to punch a hole through over here and get an assist there on the top. To just try and clear a path on the side instead.
So you're depending on the dodge working.
Ooh.
Because so far you're leaving your ball carrier pretty unprotected.
Yeah.
And before you dodge, you should at least try to stand up the Yeti.
Oh yeah.
You should have done that before you decided to blitz with the other guy.
That could have been
in case of
a
double
good idea.
skulls.
Yeah,
It can happen.
It can. Oh, and it will.
Yep.
It most certainly will.
If you play the game long enough, everything will happen at some point.
Oh, yeah. And then...
And the Yeti is actually a really big help there, in case something does fail.
That's not what I wanted, but okay.
And even if you fail the dodge now, the scatter could go... is likely to go somewhere where I can't reach it that easy.
Yeah. And since this guy is stunned, I can safely put my guy in here.
Yep.
Without worrying too much. And then close this off. There we go. That's a nice tight cage. That won't allow jumping in fancy-pantsy elves.
You sure?
Well, there is one spot. You're welcome. Come on inside. We have cookies.
Okay, so this is getting really complicated, and I need to put myself into a position where I can be served, and I don't like that.
One of the things I've found with the Norse is that caging is important.
Yes, they're a bash team.
Yeah, they are a bash team, and I think maybe I've been playing them as a runner team a bit too much.
Bashing usually equals running. It's just...
Yeah, but still, creating a cage and moving up the field slowly is more of a dwarven tactics than anything else, or a Khemri tactics.
Well, I think most bash teams rely on that because they're just not fast enough to run through and leave their ball carrier unprotected.
True.
Because usually there will always be someone that can catch up to them.
Yeah. And the advantage of having block on everyone surrounding the cage is really good.
Yep.
What's he gonna do? Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
You're pushing it.
I'm doing the fun stuff again.
Okay, come do it. So you're taking a 1 die.
Yep. I just needed to see how... Oh, I already failed a dodge, but that's fine.
Yeah, you don't need that. You don't need that.
Oh, there was a 1.
Oh! Right on his back. I think he broke his back.
Come on, why not?
Please fail.
Nope.
Oh, man. And no dodge. Of course. You blooming idiot. The guy. Sure-footed and frenzy. Oh, okay.
A little bit of a somersault there. The scatter is pretty bad, though, for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and I'm going to take a bit of a risk here.
Oh,
Okay,
a 1 die.
Nothing.
Block.
Well, it's a 1 in 6 chance to completely fail.
Yeah, and you do have block on
Yep.
that guy.
And there was a 1 in 3 chance that I actually would get the result I needed.
Ah. Okay. That was pretty annoying, especially since you stunned him.
Yeah, all I need to do is slow you down as much as possible, but that's something you can live with because you still have 4 turns.
Yeah.
It's just it comes down to who can do a better job. Can I slow you down enough or disrupt you enough to get the ball away or just stop you from scoring? Or can you punch a hole into my defense and score? That's the usual way these things go at some point with agility against bash. And that's just the reason that the Norse are a really strong team in this team value area. They have so much block. The frenzy helps as well. The Ulf Runners are a little bit of hit and miss because they don't have block.
But they do have strength 4.
Yep, but they could still roll both downs.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how many times. Oh, or
like
something
that.
like this could happen. And you're out of rerolls as well, so now things start to
Yes.
get really interesting. Oh no! Stunned.
Stunned. That's good, at least for me. And that's going to be a 4.
So that double skull was actually pretty important for me because the ball is on the sideline, and if you fail the pickup, there is a 3 in 8 chance that it will scatter off the pitch.
Yep, and get thrown in
somewhere
to a place where I can't really reach it anymore. So that will be very annoying if that happens.
Could be.
So I'm gonna take a chance here and use my Yeti.
You should move fast and ferocious first. Or should have. It did work out, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But if that had failed, he would have been out of position and he can at least annoy some stuff. And that was really important.
That was good. That was so good. That felt good. You're gonna use the
I'm
Apo
thinking
here?
about it. Nope. I mean, he is one of the players I want to protect and keep healthy, but I don't know. There's still another water answer. I'm just hoping that I can stall you regardless.
I still need to pick
easy.
up the ball,
Yep.
and I don't really have any rerolls.
Yep. And I do still have an idea of what I could do.
And now we need to move you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very bad position.
Why did you pull him over there? Oh, you're setting up for a cage. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. It's a good idea, but it all depends on the pickup.
Oh, yep.
Yep, worked.
Oh, it worked. But I mean, a lot of things in Blood Bowl is depending on the next roll.
Yep.
I mean, that is just how the game is. And if people don't like that, I mean, don't play. really don't play this game. And I'll follow here, which was good as you became stunned.
Oh, so all the armor breaks are really problematic. I have exactly 5 players I can do stuff with next turn, and 2 of them are on the ground at the moment.
Yes. But you'll be okay.
We'll see. And I don't have a reroll left, which is a bit annoying. Well, more scary because
It's always
the first
scary.
one will end my turn.
But it's always scary not having any rerolls because you feel like, oh, now I'm going without a safety harness.
Pretty much.
Every move is
And
unsafe.
That corner is an Ulf runner on top of everything. That
Yes, it is.
bad. Okay, let's try this. Nope.
Oi! What?
That looked weird on my end as well.
Why did he?
The animation didn't follow through fast enough.
So he went that extra move
No,
and then went back.
He is in the correct space now.
Okay. See, he got stunned, so I'm not too worried about him.
Yep.
And
that basically ends things now. You can just run into the other end and form a cage, and then probably what I would do, because it's the best move, is foul the living crap out of my war dancer.
oh yeah, and this is only because it's a friendly game.
You should do that in real games as well. Even
Yeah,
if
I
you
know.
don't like it, I understand, but
Should.
he's the only threat remaining on the pitch right now.
Yep.
He's probably the only player that could potentially reach you.
I'm gonna do it with the loner.
Yep. You do have the player advantage pretty big right now. You're 3 players up.
I'm gonna do this first.
And I have a stun player as well.
Oh!
That's fine. Fouling as a last action and doing the Yeti stuff first is perfectly fine.
Yeah, because
in this case,
the less risky ones.
you should
you
still
need
probably move Xercules a little bit so that I have to leap right away and not dodge or
yeah,
dodge.
just go on the other side here.
Exactly where you put it now.
Yeah,
that you should have done before the Yeti block.
True.
But aside from that, I would have done the block first as well, probably.
I'm gonna put this.
It's a bit greedier, but it usually should be fine.
Punish! Oh, that looks so cool.
And
that was a total
just
wrestling
stunned him
move.
again.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yep.
Getting the stun that's one more turn that he's not leaping around.
Yep.
Being annoying. A nuisance.
Let's see.
Whee!
No one's always a good thing.
Yeah.
And that's also why I usually give my lineman dodge as a first skill.
Yeah.
Wrestle would be the alternative.
Oh.
But
It's not a bad idea.
I'd
or
rather
fend.
like to... yeah, it's usually wrestle, dodge, fend are the 3 skills you want a lineman to have, assuming he lives that long.
Exactly.
I usually just go dodge first because it makes dodging with them just so much more reliable. Wrestle is nice because you can pull down block players and create openings for your own players. And that's probably why they're the first skills. And fend is just the safety mechanism, especially nice together with dodge.
So I could just score now.
Yep, but you probably should stall this out.
Yeah.
I will get my one-turn touchdown chance again.
And that is quite all right.
Should be
I still want to see that.
Well, no rerolls again, and I don't know if I can even pull it off now because of the amount of players that I have remaining.
Oh yeah, I don't know how many you need.
I don't remember as well. It's as I said, I don't have the setup memorized. I usually just go by instinct, and I know how to do it. It's just I don't know how to do it best or most efficiently. And what you're doing right now, even though you are in a good position, it's the right move. You screen your cage and you force me to run around or dodge through, and that is the right thing to do here.
Otherwise, not screening you off would leave me maybe in trouble.
Yep.
It could always happen. Just look at the Yeti.
Yep.
Going mad. All right, here we go. Yep. Final move.
I probably would have blitzed that guy as well.
Gonna go there.
And I really hope you don't knock him down.
Oh, man.
You do, but you go down yourself.
Oh!
Hey, another KO.
Because of the mighty blow.
Yep.
I like the mighty blow.
Oh, well.
Mighty blow and claw is insanely good.
Yep, it's horrible. The reason I hate chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one of the reasons.
They can have a lot of them.
Yep. And I'm really looking forward to when they finally implement Nurgle, because they're just as bad.
Yeah.
Oh boy, so now things get really interesting. I still need to try and put pressure on you.
It won't really matter much, though. In a real game, I think maybe I would have stayed down with some of my people there. I don't know. It's always risky. One. How can he? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nah.
Wait. Okay, so I'm going to do the fun stuff again.
Yay!
Or try to do the fun stuff. It actually just is a... Oh, okay, nope.
It's not baseball, dude.
Yeah, I could have dodged with my dodge guy. That's why I was thinking about it, because he does actually have a decent chance. Could have dodged through 2 tackle zones, dodged through 2 tackle zones with the going for it again and blitzed your ball carrier with 1 dice.
Yeah.
I could have tried that, but I needed to get the assist first so that it is a 1 dice, and he failed the going for it. Okay, my KO stay out, so the 1-turn touchdown won't happen.
Yeah, I think that is...
Oh, I rolled double 1s on my KO rolls again. Lots and lots of 1s.
Keep this. All right. Well, this has been a lot of fun, and I think I've learned a thing or two, and especially from your comments. I really enjoy reading your comments and everyone else's comments. Maybe not Josh. Josh is being kind of hard on me in Blood Bowl. He's usually so happy about my videos, and now he's like, that was painful.
Well, let's hope that this helps to satisfy him a little bit.
I hope so.
Oh, we both got a reroll.
Yay! Oh, and he didn't catch it.
Yep. Hey, I rolled another 1.
Hey, you're collecting ones. Oh no!
Let me please at least get the satisfactory injury at the end here. Apparently not. Well, I do have 2 more tries.
Yeah.
Nope, once again.
But it's something you can hope for.
And I find it just a little bit ironic that the lineman with the name 5 has agility 5.
Ah, that is pretty cool. I like that. All right.
Nope.
Gonna blitz.
And this is just to no, I hate the auto-adjusting camera.
Yeah, because that
pulled
mess
up
up
just a little bit so that I switched the push.
I've done that during matches as well. Like, I picked that one, not that one.
It's just the camera just adjusted a little bit, and you can't deactivate it. It's so annoying, and at least when my opponent is playing, and I just want to look around the pitch and see what I would like to do, and it's always adjusting on what he's doing.
Exactly.
I don't want that.
That is so annoying. It shouldn't do that because I want to be in control. I want to look on the other side of things. What are you doing?
I'm just having some fun because it's the end and it doesn't matter.
Oh,
I just want to see if this works. Of course, now I get all the dodges.
Look
Really?
at all the 6s.
I have 2 more. With going for it. Wow.
So, okay. That was quite insane.
Yep. So I got all the 1s out of the system so that I could do this. Looked impressive, did nothing.
It was funny.
Let's hand
All
off
right.
as well. Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Now I'm a little bit sad. Okay, it's the agility 5 guy, so it's still a 2+. But yeah, that's the end.
That was a lot of fun, and my first win is not real. But still, I hope you guys are entertained by Thalric and I.
And congratulations on the win, of course.
Thank you. And I had 15 armor breaks, actually. Wow, okay. And I hope that you guys will check out Thalric's channel. I'll put a link in the description below because he is a freaking cool guy. If you hadn't noticed, I really enjoy having you.
I don't know about that.
In my inner circle. People I play with.
Don't I feel fancy? And I'll do so as well. Go check out kNight/ShadeWarp. I switched it up now.
Just kNight.
Okay.
That's
check out kNight. And yeah, so you can see some Norse over there and a lot of more time, of course.
Yep.
Ew.
That's basically what I do.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks as well. Okay, that was it. kNight had to head off to not get decapitated. And yeah, that was the 3rd community match with a little bit of an educational twist. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'm open to repeat that if anybody is interested. Scheduling might be a little bit hard sometimes with the upcoming Season 2 of the Rekev League and my usual stuff, but if anybody's interested in something like this, just send me a message and we'll see if we can make it work. So, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like and a comment, and if you want to see me play more Blood Bowl or kNight at that, just subscribe to either of us, if you haven't already. So, as always, thanks for watching. I hope that you tune in next time, and have a nice day. Bye!